Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
For the 9th time in Jordan Spieth's young career, he is a winner on the PGA Tour at the age of 23, 6 months and 16 days. He has now won for the 9th time, and he does it in his 100th career PGA Tour start. With that, we welcome you to Golf Central. We knew we had a chance today at Pebble for history, and that is exactly what we got. The great champion Jordan Spieth has done it again. Ryan Burr, along with Masters champion Trevor Immelman, Open champion Justin Leonard. And guys, let's get to it. He came in with a 6-shot lead. The question would be, how would he handle the lead? Would he be aggressive? Would he play timid? Let's take a look. Here's Jordan at the second hole, the par 5.
Right out of the gates here, ball below his feet with a 3-wood coming to the par 5. Lands it nice and soft, using the slope at the back of the green. And this is just what the doctor ordered to start the day.
13 feet for eagle. That's generally right in his wheelhouse, but a downhiller, Justin, so has to be a bit timid.
Quick putt, not a putt you really want to be aggressive with, going towards the ocean. But he would have loved to be just a little more aggressive with that one.
Nonetheless, it is a tap-in birdie. The lead stays at 6, but Spieth goes to 18 under. Meanwhile, Kelly Craft, former United States amateur champ, going kind of crazy out there making a run.
Playing some beautiful golf here this weekend. 192 yards on this tough par 3. Skirts the edge of the trap, rolls it up to a couple feet.
And he would make birdie. So he is 13 under, 5 back, but Kraft not done after birdie at 8. Here he is at 11.
115 yards going back up the hill, sawing off a little pitching wedge, and gets it to check up and come back to about 6 feet.
Makes birdie again, so Jordan Spieth has to look up at the scoreboard and see his former Walker Cup teammate making a run. Kraft just 3 back, Spieth at 13.
Now, really, the only poor swing that I saw Jordan make all weekend, he said he's been feeling like he's fighting a little hook. Lost that one to the left.
So now Spieth, his second.
Fortunate break to go through the bunker with a flat lie from 142 yards. And this one gets away from him, airmails the green with a difficult chip left.
This is the part of the game, Trevor, you've been so impressed with all week. How he handles that short game around the greens, trying to get out of trouble.
Absolutely, Ryan. This is a 3 or 4 out of 10 up and down. And look at that technique, the speed through impact. Makes it look so easy.
Looking to become the second youngest winner ever at Pebble. John Cook did it. He's the youngest back in 1981. Back to Kraft now.
Beautiful shot in the par 3 17th. From 7 feet, just misses for birdie.
Back to Spieth.
Teeing it up on the left-hand side of the tee, trying to play the draw into the back left pin position. Executes it perfectly. Beautiful shot.
Indeed. To 29 feet. We needed an exclamation point. We needed a Jordan Spieth moment on Sunday, and we get it.
Hasn't made a putt all day long from 29 feet.
Raise your hand if you're sure. Spieth to 19 under. The lead grows to 4 to 18. A 4-shot lead, comfortable for anyone on the final hole.
Yeah, when you have that many strokes in hand, you can have a conservative approach up 18, which is what he did. Stayed out of trouble, and his 9th PGA Tour win.
And a 7th consecutive win by a player under the age of 30 on the PGA Tour. That ties the longest such streak on PGA Tour dating back to 1970. So Spieth wins at Pebble, and he does it in remarkable fashion. His 9th win at the age of 23. It ties for Jason Day for the most wins since the beginning of 2013. Youngest player in the PGA Tour history. This is all time. No one's ever done it. He's won 5 times by 3 or more by the age of 23. Jordan Spieth, a winner once again, and goes into the history books in a lot of ways. And whether it is fair enough to compare him to Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus, because the reality of the situation is those two are the only two that are doing what he did. So while we always say, it's unfair to compare anyone to Tiger or Jack, he is forced into that group, but that's because of his own accomplishments. Put into context what he's done by the age of 23.
Well, it's so hard to win on the PGA Tour just once. But for him to have won 9 times at this young of an age, throw a couple majors in there, it really is something special. And, you know, it's something really to be appreciated.
Well, and those comparisons aren't being drawn because of expectations or because he's got a lot of talent, but let's see what he can do with it. Those comparisons are being drawn because of his record. I mean, it's playing out that, you know, he's on maybe not Tiger's path, but he's certainly the best young player we've seen at this age just by what he's accomplished.
Take me back. You two were both incredible young players, a ton of success at very young ages. But to actually go out and win and not just be successful, not just be on the tour and make cuts and make a lot of money, but to win. Is that what separates him from the other great names, the Ricky Fowlers of the world, a really great player that's made a ton of money and is a star? But he doesn't win like Jordan wins.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Racking up the victories is what everybody's paying attention to. What's so very impressive about Jordan, too, though, is the way he's handling all the off-the-course stuff that's being thrown at him as well, handling it in his stride. Really approachable at all times. And I think that bodes well for a very long career for him.
Well, and you can imagine AT&T being such a big sponsor of Jordan. They do so much hospitality there. Can you imagine what his week might have looked like? Dinners, a lot of shaking hands and meeting people, and then he goes out and plays like this. And he's not only won 9 times, he's won big tournaments, and he's won quite a few tournaments by large margins.
And really, you look at 2017, and I always go back to the Ryder Cup where, you know, Jordan Spieth was kind of off to the side of Patrick Reed. Patrick Reed kind of had him by the shirt and was pulling him along because, frankly, Jordan was not hitting it good, wasn't making many putts, and Patrick Reed turned into the star of that. And Jordan kind of just disappeared after the Ryder Cup. Then he shows up and he wins in Australia. And really, since then, it's reminiscent of 2015 on this rampage he's gone on. And unlike past, it hasn't been the putting. It's his ball striking. You think about the greens. You already brought it up. We're going to show you here. The amount of birdie chances he had on this Sunday. You know, had he been aggressive, imagine what kind of score he could have shot.
Well, exactly as you say, you know, in 16, definitely was struggling on his approach shots. But like you say, he must have gone away after the Ryder Cup and done some work with his coach and came out at the Aussie Open and has absolutely been flushing it since then. And when you put that type of ball striking with the way we know that he can putt, it's an impressive combination.
And this shot right here, incredible. And to have the gall and gumption to pull out a hybrid after a poor tee shot and fade it in there, chop it out of the rough and into 25 feet. To me, that was the tournament right there.
With the way he's hitting the ball, Justin, and you know the putting will always be there with him. Is this the best you've ever seen of the version of Jordan Spieth?
It is. I think this may be better than the 2016 version.
2015.
2015, excuse me. I don't know if the results are going to bear out, but love the way he's hitting the ball, driving the ball, and to putt that good from 20 to 25 feet, those 10 and 12 footers are going to go in. If you're rolling it that good from that kind of distance, the shorter ones are going to start to go in. And we could see a bit of a reprieve of 2015 for Jordan.
And you think back, the putter was such a dominant club for him where he made so many putts, especially in the big spots. And the ball striking was very good, but it was a little above average. It's not above average anymore, at least in 2017.
No, he's been hitting the ball beautifully. And I tell you what, the way we've seen him play here at Pebble Beach over the last few years, he must be getting pretty excited to see the U.S. Open going back there. You know, pretty soon he's going to have a good look at it when the time comes to be back at Pebble Beach.
And you think about it, and really, we all kind of saw this coming because into the week, on Thursday even, we sat here and we talked about, boy, he's top 5, top 10 every week. And you feel like he's not playing that well. Top 5 in Hawaii, both events. Top 10 in Phoenix. And you just kind of feel like, boy, he's top 10 in, and we haven't seen the really good putter yet. We saw it this week, and you see what happened. Another great story here, and there were many, but Kelly Craft. How about this number for you? Kelly Craft's career earnings on the PGA Tour were $612,000. That's his career. Today, he earned $777,000. That's a life changer for Kelly Craft. And congratulations to him. He goes on to get to play in Riviera next week with his top 10 performance, and he spoke with our Chantel McCabe.
Oh, it's amazing. This place is incredible. I love it. I mean, I love coming play golf here. It's just the views are amazing. I mean, even if you're playing bad here, it's still fun. So to play good out here with this, I mean, we had some sunshine on the weekend. It's just really cool.
To finish 15 under, find around 67, how were you able to put it together?
I just kind of went about my business, hit fairways. I hit a couple close ones on the front nine, which kind of got my round kick started. I think I had 4 in a row over there, and you know, I just kind of cruised in the back nine, hit some good shots. It just the greens got a little bumpy, and just couldn't get anything to go in. But all in all, it was a great week.
You have to take some momentum from here. What do you do with it?
Oh, for sure. Just go try to play great next week in LA. I'm glad to get in there. I wasn't in until this finished today, so you know, I'm just looking forward to the rest of the year and kind of being able to get some of these FedEx Cup points under my belt earlier in the season this year, not like I did last year. So I'm in a little different mindset now going forward, and I can kind of free it up and just keep playing good golf.
You know, every week there are human interest stories that show up on your leaderboard. Yeah, Jordan Spieth has made a lot of money at 23. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. Brandt Snedeker, Dustin Johnson, Jason Day, John Rahm, Will, the Kelly Crafts and Rob Oppenheims of the world that both finish in the top 10, both get a chance to play next week on the PGA Tour. Good stories for guys that are fighting and scratching and clawing in this game of golf. A lot more still to come on this Sunday version of Golf Central. When we come back, we will hear from Jordan Spieth, get his perspective on what it was like to play with a 6-shot lead and cruise to his 3-shot victory. Plus, next week is Riviera. That's where it all started for Tiger Woods. A look back to where it all began, the incredible career of Tiger Woods. And Jordan Spieth cruised to victory at Pebble. Not the case in Europe and on the PGA Tour Champions, where it took an eagle at the last to hold the trophy. You'll see it all straight ahead.
Golf Central is brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Bushnell Golf and the Tour X. Slope technology when you want it, tournament legal when you need it.